pattern. This to me is why I argue all the time with my method students when they come in when I teach at the university. My elementary teachers, they say, oh, I love decimals. I'm like, more obvious in the fractions than they are in the decimals.
Well, and we went right there with our first set of cards. We went to fractions already in our head and we're using those. And so it was really clear when they got laid out. And then this relates really well to similar figures, because when you're going from one side to another, kind of is on the scaling, but then finding the reciprocal is going backwards.
Right. And not that all of us did this, I think many of us have always kind of taught in a connected fashion, but it's been much harder, I think, particularly with our old framework, to teach in a connected way. It was like, teach this item, teach this item, teach this, and even our textbooks kind of segmented everything. But look at, scaling and similar triangles and growth factors all out of
Say more about it. Sorry. I was just thinking, rather than just having the number, certain groups of students could benefit from actual physical size. Having that, when you mentioned copier machine, have something that's half, 1.5.
The decimal you multiplied by and the percentage that you were going down by. See if you can draw a picture, you and your partner. What would a picture look like to help a kid become like a double number line? So kids can collapse the bar and think of it as a continuous idea, but you 75%, so you multiply by the 0.75.
Over here is we have the individual thinking time, and then we get into small groups and we're able to sort of, maybe the kids then can talk back and forth and try to convince the other of one reason or another, and then whole classes when the teacher can shed, maybe the broader light of, okay, this is correct to some degree, I'm going to take from both of you guys' perspectives, and then we finish it as a teacher to sort of lay the absolute answer down for the kids.
So that's the perseverance problem, model with mathematics, critique the reasoning of others and make arguments, help you out. They're looking for making use of structure. I'm sure I'm forgetting some, there's 3 or more that I haven't said. Did you see any of the math practices show up?
What's the role of the teacher in each phase? To take some individual thinking time?
Oh, 16 years. How tall? 16. Oh, okay, so try and meet that back maybe to your total.
I would argue you have to know some of those questions ahead of time to be successful. If this is not a lesson you're comfortable with, if this is not what you've done in time. Eventually, yeah, we all kind of get to the time where we just start to do our own rules second nature, but I think that's where I would argue that that's where I spend most of my time helping when I teach people how to become a teacher.